Hey guys, FilthyRobot here with Arumba, continuing our playthrough of EU4 and looking at how to spend some money, at least from my perspective. Just looking at advisors.
Okay, I accidentally clicked on my secondary monitor. So we don't want to replace the administrative advisor because he is a half-priced guy.
Yeah, and he's already given us 2. Yep, I noticed.
Yeah, so he's really good. As far as the diplomatic advisors go, improved relations is actually very, very good. It's one of the best modifiers you can possibly get in the game.
Why? I was just looking at our diplomats are sitting around doing fuck all for all the time anyways. Why is it good to have a faster improved relationships?
Press F1, go to the government tab, shortcut key 2.
Okay.
And then in the top right corner of this, you see country modifiers.
Right.
You see those 4 little things?
Yeah.
Okay. Top right corner of that, there's a little plus divided by minus symbol.
Sure.
Click on that, you can see a list of all the modifiers in our country. And scroll down until you see improved relations.
Is there some sort of alphabetical? Okay.
Alphabetical, yeah. Right now we have negative 26.2% improved relations due to Naive Enthusiast, our ruler. We're overextended, but we're very prestigious, so that's helping out. So we have plus 19. So we have negative 26.2.
Is this rate, or is this the max amount it can be?
This is the rate that relations change. Now, in the past, there were 2 separate modifiers. There was improved relations, and then there was better relations over time. In a very recent patch, they merged the 2 stats together, so now there's just one called improved relations. Okay. So we've talked before briefly about how important it was to avoid coalitions, right? Coalitions are very dangerous. We don't want to go over 50 aggressive expansion. We've been expanding like crazy. So let's look at the coalitions map mode real quick, which should be for you, shortcut key U.
How do I find it if I didn't want to do it through you? It's under which type?
I believe it's going to be a political map mode, possibly. If not, then diplomatic map mode. Yeah, it's the diplomatic map modes. Third from the top. Coalition. Click on our country to make sure you've got us selected, because you can actually look at it from other countries' perspectives. And you should see that England's kind of like a pretty sizable reddish, orangish color right now, right?
I got it orange, yeah.
Yeah. Hovering over England, you can see that they have 125 aggressive expansion with us.
Yes. Okay.
That's really bad. That means that if they could join a coalition, they would join it tomorrow. They're not allowed to, though, because they have a truce with us. Okay, let's hover over, like, Denmark. They only have 36. We took their capital, but they don't even have enough to join a coalition.
Okay.
Burgundy's at 50, but by the time England is allowed to join a coalition, Burgundy will have ticked down. Go ahead and let's use England as our guinea pig. Right-click on England.
Okay.
We're looking at their opinion of us. We've got the 2 numbers.
The 200.
While hovering over the negative 200, we've got declared war, aggressive expansion, did covert actions. You see all those things that are yearly modifiers, the yearly from declared war, the yearly from aggressive expansion. Improved relations doesn't just make your diplomats better at strictly improving relations, the action to improve relations. It does improve that, but it also impacts every single one of these things that recovers over time. So recovering aggressive expansion over time 20% faster is stupid good, which is why the improved relations guy is pretty much one of the best advisors of the game.
That's a hidden tooltip. You just told me this is good. This stat is good because it does something that doesn't say that isn't conducive to what the fucking tooltip says. Tooltip tells us that this is about improving relationships, and now you said improving relationships is not about improving relationships. It's about improving all these other things that go along with that.
It's about both.
Frustrating.
It's about both.
All right. So what you're telling me is the replacement diplomatic guy is actually really good then.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
he's a little old.
If we were to get him, we would lose out on the extra trade efficiency, which is nice. We're getting pretty good income from that. He's also a very economic advisor because he's a level 1, very cheap and efficient. We'd be paying 4 times as much for 2 times as many points.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive.
If we were looking at a coalition right this second, I'd probably really want that diplomatic, the improved relations guy. But for right now, I'm content to just kind of stockpile money, build buildings.
I'm not content with that. I want to buy an advisor. I'm willing to buy a military advisor if you like instead.
Okay, that makes sense.
We have a military idea group up, right?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. That is the tier 2 one then?
Yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead. You're going to miss out on morale, but we don't really need it at the moment.
Okay.
He's going to give us discipline anyway, which is roughly comparable.
Okay.
All right.
Done.
Okay, let's get our ships together. You have a diplomat free. We needed a diplomat for something, and I forget what.
Yeah, we did. It was...
You were trying to do something...
Fabricating. Was I trying to do something? I was trying to do something with Brittany, perhaps? No, we already sent them an insult, right?
Yeah.
Or did we not do that yet?
No, we had already done that.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
we could send Brittany an insult because we didn't have the diplomat available.
Okay, but there's no reason to do it anymore because they're no longer our rival.
Oh, okay.
Instead, let's rival Burgundy and then insult them. They just became, or they are, an eligible rival. Which they were never going to be friends with us if we wanted to be friends with France. So yeah. So go ahead and specify that they are our rival.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the right amount of zooming to see the names versus finding it. So I can search for Burgundy, and I think I just...
To set rival, you want to right-click on our country.
Yeah, but... okay. Yeah, but I got to still find the guy I want to set rival to, right? Oh, it's the only option available from it, though. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Burgundy is the maroonish color right next to France.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Cool.
And then insult them. You'll notice that our power projection will go from 69 up to 74.
Mm-hmm.
And that will come back at 1 per year.
Okay.
So for a while now, we're going to be very good at that. Now, we just became a great power. A couple things we need to look at. Top left corner, very, very top left corner of the main screen, you see our flag. The bottom right corner of our flag, we can view the great powers. We are now ranked 8th among great powers. So click on that button.
Yep.
And you can now see the great powers of the world. We are in 8th place. We are a great power because our total country's development divided by the increased technology cost from lacking embraced institutions equals 303, and then that is just sorted by numeric value. So for example, Muscovy has 437 development, but they have a tech cost penalty because they haven't embraced the Renaissance. So 437 gets divided by 137% equals 319. 319 is higher than 303, so they are 7th place.
Okay.
If they were to embrace the Renaissance, they would probably jump up to about 4th place right now.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, we've just grown enough that we're now in a position where we are the one of the great powers, which are the top 8 nations in the world. So this gives us a few things. Going back to the top left of the screen, just hover over the button now instead of clicking on it.
Okay.
You can see the actual effects of being 8th place.
Yep.
Prestige decay minus 1%, super good. Super, super good. Base decay is 5%. So reducing the decay rate from 5% down to 4% is awesome. It means you're going to have much higher prestige overall. Makes it cheaper to embrace institutions, and always 10 power projection. So makes it easier to hit that 50-point threshold. So
what's the next threshold, by the way, after 50?
There is no more. There are only 2 breakpoints for power projection, 25 and 50. The higher you go, the numbers will get better, but to get those 2 things, the extra leader without upkeep and the extra monarch points, is just those 2.
Okay.
Lastly, now, whenever you right-click on any nation, you're going to see at the very, very bottom of the list a brand new little breakout dialog called Great Power Actions. This wasn't here before because we weren't a great power.
When I click on any nation, I get this?
Yeah, right-click on any nation, look at their diplomatic screen.
Okay.
And then at the very bottom of the list of all the things that you can do with them, there is now a new subheading called Great Power Actions.
I'm not sure I'm looking at... So I have England selected right now, and I was looking at... I assume you mean diplomatic action is the tab you want?
No.
And no.
Nope. Yes, sorry. Show diplomatic actions, yes, the leftmost one.
Yeah. And from there... What the fuck are they doing around my apartment complex? This is hilarious, right? Because we have now like about a foot of snow out there.
They're mowing the lawn, obviously. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Well, but it was like 3 days ago snow. There's no more new snow out there, so they're doing something out there, and it's loud, and it's in the background, and it's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, maybe I'll figure that out in between episodes. So let's
scroll all the way down, all the way to the bottom of the list.
Okay. Great power actions. Got it.
Okay.
Doesn't start open. Okay.
That's right. So again, this wasn't here before, but now that we are a great power, we can do these things. We are allowed to take on foreign debt. We can just choose to pay off another nation's debt. This makes them like you better. So if you want to try to diplomatically integrate nations, you can pay off their loans and make them like you a whole lot faster than if you didn't have the ability to do that. Influence nation is something where you give them 12 months of their income to, again, get bonus opinion. So you can try to force them to like you so that you can diplomatically integrate them and stuff. Or you just want to improve relations with them very quickly so that you can interject yourself into their wars with enforced peace. The next one is what Castile did to us in the previous war with England, intervene in war. So basically what had happened was, in the last war, it was Scotland and France versus England, and that was pretty much it, right? I don't think anyone else was involved. It was just, we declared war on England, and England, I think they brought in Portugal, if I remember correctly. Okay? You still there, or are you off yelling at the lawn mowing guy?
I'm here. I have my mic muted.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. So, okay. So what happened is that we weren't a great power in the last war, but France was. So it was a lopsided war, where there was only one great power on either side of the actual war itself. Castile was also a great power, so they chose to intervene in war to balance the great powers. So they aided England to make it so that it was one-on-one. That make sense?
Yeah.
So that's all that button does, and we may be able to use it at some point. And then the final interaction is probably the one you'll use the most often. Break alliance allows you to bully another nation into breaking one of their existing alliances. So often what you'll do is, let's say we want to attack England. England is allied with, I don't know, Portugal or something, or maybe the Papal State, and we're tired of having to fight the Papal State. Rather than breaking the alliance through an interaction with England, which would create a 5-year truce, we go and we talk to the Papal State, and we say, hey, F off, leave England alone, stop being friends with them. And if we're scary enough, they'll say yes, and then we turn around the next day and declare war on England. So being a great power gives you a lot of benefits. It allows you to isolate people, and really the main thing, though, is just having free power projection is quite nice. So that's about it. Good? I can't tell if you're good or if you're, yeah. Anyway.
It's just, you hear how fucking loud it is in the background. I'm
I do.
Keep the mic closed for the recording portion of it, so you'll hear it over Skype, but not hopefully in my video recorded. So I may be a little quieter this episode than I'd like to be, so I can figure out what the hell's going on out there.
Yeah. Now, I am a little bit concerned about a provincial unrest. I really don't care about the development in those Norwegian islands. I just wanted to make sure that Norway didn't have them. So I'd be inclined to raise autonomy in all of the 5 islands we took from Norway. We'll make almost nothing as far as income goes from these provinces. But it kind of, well, let's see. Yeah, it kind of doesn't matter, though. There is one drawback, and that's that it's going to raise the autonomy to 100% when the autonomy should only be at 40% plus the 25 from raising autonomy, taking it to 65. But
why can't we gift them, those provinces, to our specialty groups?
Because they need to be cored first, and then they need to be part of a state.
Okay.
So, like the province of Orkney, we can do because it was already part of that area. You might recall that the area of the Highlands is one of ours, and so Orkney, that little tiny island directly across the strait from Sutherland.
Yeah.
If you want to give that to somebody, you can give that to probably clergy, be the best choice. Lower unrest and get a little bit of money out of it.
Okay, I could do that. I think, so let me go to B, states, clergy, and click on Orkney.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with those islands. Like, I'm willing to protect the 2 estuaries that we took over from Denmark, but all these other islands are just annoying, so I'm going to just raise autonomy in all of those provinces. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. We're basically saying this land is worthless to us, but we didn't want our enemy to have it, and we wanted to have it for colonial reasons. So, let's get our claims going on the next guy, and we should probably gear up for war with England. Because our truce is coming up in June of 89, so we've got 2 years to go. Right. How are we looking on Navy? Wow, our land force limit, we're at 12 out of 39 right now. Do you want to go ahead and offer military access to Sweden? They're asking for it.
Sure. What do we care?
Well, there's something to be considered here. Giving access to Sweden gives access to Denmark, because Denmark is at war with Sweden. You always have military access through your enemies' territory that your enemies have access through. So, if we say no, Sweden's going to be unhappy about that. If we say yes, then it kind of screws Denmark because they can't protect any of their land because they can't cross Sealand.
Can I ask a quick question? I'm looking at corruption. I see corruption is at 1, and I was going to go root out corruption and make it less than 1, but when I actually mouse over the 1, it says currently 0. Why is that? It
always rounds up to the nearest integer, and we're actually at like 0.0001 right now. Next month, it should show 0 at the top again. I raised the corruption slider so that we're no longer increasing.
Okay.
We took more overextension in this war than we did in the previous war, so I'm going to decline the military access.
Okay.
Sweden currently has no air. We could still try to play nice with Sweden, but we're moving into one of the nodes adjacent to them, so...
Yeah.
Okay, can we get another claim on England before this war, is the question.
Probably not. It depends, I mean, when is the war? 2 years, right? And whenever the peace is over?
We need 55, and we have 9. So we need, like, 45 spy network strength in 2 years. And if we were to spy on them, we can earn 1.72 per month. So call it 2 times 24 is 48. It's close. We might be able to get one more claim. We want to get a claim on their capital.
You think England's going to instantly war us?
No.
Then if you want to get a claim on the capital, we can make that happen then. I mean, that's easy to do. I mean, we have to delay the war very slightly, right?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, so I guess, did you send it? Okay, you sent it. Okay.
Yeah. I would just decline military access from all these people who are asking for it. They're
Alright,
all
I'll let
asking
you-
for it for the same reason.
Okay.
Sweden should be able to win the war without having military access through our land.
Oh, pop up. Advancement of the nobility.
God, these
Why?
nobles, man.
Why the fuck? This is another negative.
Because the nobles, man, they hate us. They are always giving us issues.
Well, I mean, it doesn't do anything negative except it just gives them 10 influence,
Okay.
which is negative.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay. We haven't interacted with a lot of our states in a while. If you want to maybe consider that. Did you give that province to the clergy? Yes, you did.
I did.
Okay. Let's
So let's
see.
just take a quick look. Yeah.
Don't really
Raise
wanna-
manpower, which we don't want to do.
Wouldn't mind demanding some admin points right now from the clergy so that we could potentially core territory. You were asking
Yeah, that'd be
before.
nice.
You were asking before. Can we buy admin points in any way? Aside from hiring better advisors, this is one of the only other ways you can do it. Basically, we have one
Tell me what a
interaction.
minister does. Which slot?
The minister is a theologian, and he is an administrative slot. So we already have one of those, but he's very good. He's -2 unrest.
Okay.
That's the -2 unrest
Is there
guy.
some way I can look that up, or is that just memorized and I got to click it one time and get screwed by it and then figure it out later?
While you're looking at the select advisors, like the actual court screen, you can see what they all do, and when you hover over their portrait, it tells you in the tooltip what they're called. So, like right now, we have a master of mint. He is the guy that gives yearly inflation reduction. We have a trader, and we have a commandant.
Yeah, but okay, but let's say I'm on the estates menu and I want to get I'm at the clergy and I want to get a minister.
Mhm.
And it says he's a level 2 theologian. How do I know that he gives me admin points, for example, or diplo points, or whatever the hell he's actually going to do?
Memory. Theologian's always admin.
Always admin.
Always.
All right.
Can
Yeah,
only ever be.
I'd like to demand the administrator points.
Okay, if you're going to do that, before you do that, I try to hit the next breakpoint, 75 influence. So I would probably recruit the minister.
Why do we want to give them? Okay, because it's going to give us more.
Yeah, instead of getting 100 points, we can get 150.
Okay.
So you recruit the minister, which takes him up to 75. Even if we're not planning on hiring
Inquisitor.
him. Sorry, not the Inquisitor, the minister.
Yeah, I know, but what's the Inquisitor?
Plus 2% missionary strength.
Yeah, we don't want that yet. We haven't really messed with that. Okay.
Okay, so
Now 150.
yep, that's going to make them disloyal, but we can trade money to make them loyal again. You just trade 67.69 ducats to now make them loyal.
Okay, make generous donation.
Yep. And now they're
Excellent.
still below 50. They're going to tick towards 50, and we just got 150 admin points for free.
Okay, I'm going to
Which is
start coring then. I'm going to core the two with estuaries. Actually, we can maybe get the more expensive one. Yeah, we can. Look at that, 131. Should I just go straight for that one? Try getting both, actually. What's the other cost?
I would,
Yeah, we can get both. All right.
good, nice. Now, the nobility are actually pretty low on influence, and they are loyal right now, so we could benefit from this manpower recovery speed going higher. I would consider granting generalship right now with the nobility. Actually, hold on. How long is it going to be until we get the next 2 offensive ideas? Because we could get this superior firepower plus 1 land leader fire.
Yeah, it would be nice to do that before we leave. Wouldn't it?
That's
I mean,
that's a long way away, though. I would just take it now.
not that long away.
We need 2 ideas to get there, so we're talking 600 military points.
Okay. Is this a permanent manpower increase or when you raise additional levies? No, that's an immediate manpower. It's not our manpower cap. It's the manpower we have available right now.
Yeah, you're just getting 2,400.
We don't need that at all right now.
No. But I would grant the generalship, take them up to 68% influence. But bump our manpower recovery rate from 15% to 20% bonus. You don't want to do it?
I'm not all that keen on it. I mean, it's 20. What is the timing on week? This 10 years. I feel like I don't really want to roll more generals until we have our next bonus for them.
Okay. If you're happy with our current general, which if I remember correctly, we had a pretty good one, didn't we?
No, he died. He died.
That's
instantly
right.
For no reason. He just
okay.
keeled over and died.
Okay.
So we got this 3-2 guy. He's okay. 3-2-3.
So you started those cores. How about the other cores? Is there any, do we have spare points? We do. When you're doing multiple cores like this, rather than do it on a provincial level, I would go to the Stability and Expansion tab,
Okay.
F1, and then the 9, click the Manage Overextension button,
Okay.
and then I would sort by cost,
nice.
and I would just do it probably from top down, or
Right.
bottom up, whichever you want. Just sort by cost and go as many of them as you can afford.
Okay.
Royal Marriage from France. Let's see. We are 36. He is 44. We still plan on being friends with France, yes?
Yeah.
We should accept then.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, our plan right now is to wait until about 4 months before the truce with England is up, and then raise maintenance. So June puts us at February of 89.
No. We're waiting on this spy.
Possibly. It depends.
Whichever comes first, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Or
Like right
last,
now I'm noticing that he's got both of his forts mothballed, so I'm keen on just attacking him outright. You notice that he's got Marches and Pale both mothballed because he's still recovering from that previous war. Which is hilarious in some ways to me.
Yeah, it's come out much better for us than it has for him, hasn't it?
Yes.
But this is probably a good time to cut the session.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow then. Thanks for watching as always.
See you guys soon.